my name is Cunningham, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the benefits of going to summer camp. Standing on the deck of the lodge, I look down at the meadow, balanced perfectly between Boys and Girls Hill of Geneva Glen Camp. The grass has been beaten down into the dirt from children running and tumbling down the hill. This is where I spent 9 years of my childhood and adulthood, summer camp. The unique atmosphere provided at summer camp instills independence and leadership qualities in the campus that are not provided in the real world. I chose this topic because I care deeply about summer camp. I was a camper for 7 years, and I'm currently on my second year at staff at the very same camp. Camp has affected my life in such amazing and different ways, and I want every child to experience what I did as a camper. Summer camp may seem like a thing of the past, but these organizations still thrive today and allow kids an experience unlike any other. The leadership qualities and independence these children learn can help them far into life. I'm going to be discussing 3 different topics of why kids should be attending summer camp. The first is why overnight camp is beneficial is for a child's independence. Second, I'll talk about why the break from technology kids get at camp is incredibly beneficial. And lastly, I'll go over the leadership qualities that a child can gain at camp. So the first topic I'm going to be speaking about is independence. According to Molly Robinson, who is an administrator at the camp I work at, Geneva Glen Camp, she talks about why camp helps kids so much is because it's an interruption in their ordinary schedule. It kind of throws them off balance. She calls it a disruptive experience. And she says, when our normal patterns and routines are interrupted, defenses fall away, and we are open to possibilities. Camp is definitely out of the norm and puts the kids in a different mindset. Zip lines aren't found around every corner, so when a child gets to zoom across the treetops, they may be yelling from excitement and fear, but they are also learning to take a risk, taking initiative and trying something new as well. This character trait is very important for becoming a leader and becoming independent. Camp also increases a child's self-esteem. Richard Louv, who wrote an incredible novel called The Last Child in the Woods, discusses about how summer camp can increase a child's self-esteem, specifically in teenagers. Camping programs have been used to facilitate emotional well-being since the early 1900s. According to one study, an increase in self-esteem was most pronounced in preteens, but was positive across the board. As many of us remember from our preteen days, life is really hard and really awkward, and being able to kind of be on their own and away from the world really lets these kids feel good about themselves because they're making their own life decisions and they're choosing what they want to do that day and why they want to do it. A bunch of really influential leaders today went to summer camp, which include George W. Bush, Michelle Obama, Bob Dylan, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Lawrence Page. So clearly, there is kind of a pattern for the people that have attended summer camp a lot of times do instill these incredible leadership qualities and independence. The next topic I'm going to discuss is technology versus nature. Because as we know, technology is absolutely thriving today. It's how we communicate, it's how we function, it's how we do school for all of us in this class. So one thing that's really cool about summer camp, especially the camp that I work at, is all technology is taken away. Kids are allowed to have iPods, phones, we allow cameras, but that's really about it. And this time away from their phones allows kids to take a break from expectations and pressures of society and focus on themselves. They are able to have fun and become self-reliant without constant affirmations from their followers. So they're doing something because they want to do it, not because they think it'll get more likes on Instagram. Richard Louv also discussed in Last Child in the Woods this concept he had developed, which is called nature deficit disorder, which is basically kids no longer have relationships in nature because their world has been taken over by technology. And because of this, we've seen an increase in obesity and ADHD because kids aren't getting outside and playing in nature anymore. They're just sitting on their screens and playing video games. So one of the quotes in Richard Lou's novel is, "Camp is excellent for children's developing brains." To go along with this, camp also has psychological benefits, as this was saying, camp is excellent for children's developing brains, independence, confidence, friendship building, resilience. These traits come from the middle prefrontal cortex, located right behind our eye sockets. This part of the brain gives us the ability to do important things like communicate in attuned ways, bounce back from failure, adapt to new situations, make thoughtful choices, and overcome fear. So that's something that's really cool that, kids aren't realizing they're learning this, but their brain is being positively affected by having this relationship with nature and being away from all this technology. And the final thing I'm going to discuss is the leadership qualities that summer camp provides. So a huge thing about camp, kind of going on with the disruptive experiences that Molly Robinson discussed, is summer camp pushes kids outside of their boundaries. They're not used to being able to have all this freedom in different ways than they would at home. So if a kid's really comfortable, they're going to just keep doing the same situation. But when you push them out of their limits and make them uncomfortable, they're kind of forced to try new things and learn and experience. Another incredible thing about overnight summer camp specifically is that it's a chance for kids to get away from their parents. While it's awesome that our parents care about us so deeply and always want to be watching us, it's nice for kids to not constantly watch because, they finally get to make decisions for themselves and they get to, think, I want to do this and I can't blame anyone else on it if I do it. It teaches them that self-reliance that, these are my own decisions and the consequences are only on me. While sports camps are great and day camps are awesome, outdoors camps specifically provide a free chance to be physically active without the pressure of competing. And while we have dodgeball and all that kinds of things at camp, it's not that constant thing that they're there to better their sport and not themselves. And that's what we really focus at our outdoors camp. This chance to not be competing allows kids to freely play, which is something I think we really don't have as much anymore. All parents want their kids to be leaders, and a great way is to let them do their own thing at summer camp. And a great way is to let them do their own thing, and summer camp is a great place to do that. As a camp counselor, it is my job to be in place of the parent, or as we call it in locus parentis here, but it's also my responsibility to let the kids make their own decisions. And sure, you can drink 4 bottles of soda, but when you get sick later, it's all on you. So it's kind of finding that middle balance of still wanting to be nurturing and parenting to them, but also want them to have that chance to be independent and become a leader. The unique atmosphere provided at overnight summer camp instills independence and leadership qualities in campers that are not provided in the real world. Summer camp provides a chance for kids to gain independence, a break from technology, and learn new leadership skills. So, to wrap up my speech, the scenic meadow left the biggest impression on my life. Not because of how much it taught, the biggest impression on my life because of how much it taught me. Summer camp taught me leadership qualities that only this unique atmosphere could provide. It also teaches kids how to be independent without them knowing. They are learning all these incredible vital skills and having fun while doing it. Thank you for watching.